Official. There's been some icy rain, certainly a very cold morning here in Northamptonshire, but the clouds have gone away, the rain has gone away to expose some blue sky. Two teams that know each other so very, very well. Northampton so poor against French sides, Castres so poor against English sides. Something just has to give this afternoon. It's Nick Groom gets the first box kick of the day away, and we will see plenty of that from both these scrum halves. Cass very committed to that first ruck via Pulu with the first charge upfield, and it's Northampton who win the first penalty. Joe Ladd was talking about starting brightly, but they need to start with real control. Discipline is a real issue for Cass.
Very poorly disciplined side. On that occasion there, the Lucid Lazar, when you take the angle across the field, it makes it very difficult for the old support runners who started in behind you to come from the back foot of the ruck. And on that occasion, as he makes that carry, there's only one way they can join. Northampton clearly going to be ferocious in and around the breakdown. Sets off across the field, which makes it very difficult. You've got to enter from the side. And again, it was that man, Tom Wood, who created that penalty, and Stephen Myler's put in a wonderful kick to the corner, where Christian Day, who was missed for the early part of the season.
And then straight to Malander. Group Laws coming round the corner with real purpose. The England lock. Group stopped by Loic Jacquet. Good start here for the Saints. Using that blind side again.
Right there. Take a step, White.
Haywood. Scored a few, isn't he? Harrison in the 8 shirt today. Jenica told to roll out of the way by the referee.
Use it!
Northampton that close out of it. It's kicked through by Cash. Tom Wood is the first to react. But still deep in that 22 here, Northampton. Need to show the pace. It's only 4 tries in the pool stages so far in this competition. Northampton, it's been an issue all season, domestically and in Europe. These are the kind of opportunities they have to take. Jenica again on Harrison. Penalty coming to Northampton. Shot to nothing here for Myler. For Malander. Foden is missed out, and it's North. Well marshalled North, but he still manages to get 2 or 3 tacklers on their rear.
Still playing advantage.
Advantage still being played by the referee. Group wider this time from Myler. Little short angle. And they're there in Northampton. First try. It was well constructed. It was patient. And it's Northampton who get the best start.
All started with Wood winning that penalty on the halfway line. Myler excellent to the corner. Christian Day was a real boost to Northampton on his feet. Runs that line out, an extra ball carry. Then from there, a little bit of width, but by and large, it was classic Northampton. Big carries round the corner. Courtney Laws is such a much improved ball carrier. Much harder to strip of the ball, much harder to get to ground, and takes 2 or 3. Harrison 2 or 3 little bursts himself within that flurry of play, and eventually Myler right up on the gain line pops a nice little drop-off ball to a really good and clever angle, and it just Myler just interests Jenica, the hooker, to step in, and that opens the hole for Harrison.
Might adds the 2. Yeah, the England to the fore as there. Courtney Laws a couple of years ago criticised just going into contact a little bit high. He's really changed that and improved that area of his game.
Yeah, big knee lift. We sort of know Laws for line out and destructive tackling, and occasionally a sort of bonus ball carry. I always felt he went to ground too early. Now he's so much harder to get on the deck.
That will be in the minds of those 3 prominent players in that Northampton attack, won't it? The selection, the upcoming Six Nations for Eddie Jones. The likes of Harrison, Laws, Wood. Yes. there are any issues here. Myler takes the mark.
Yeah, and the interesting one with Laws, well, he's had an excellent season for England. Cruz will be back for the start of the Six Nations launch, but he's in great form. He's playing again today against Toulouse. We know about the calibre of Itoje. Laws' chance might be Itoje moving to the back row with the injury problems there. We'll have to wait and see how Haskell recovers from his head injury, but Robshaw clearly out for some time. So it's great to see from an England supporters perspective, but it's tough on those players who've been playing so well for England and yet might find themselves outside the match day 23.
Ball carrier.
Caballero takes the line out. Really do use Caballero huge amount in the line out. There's David Smith, who's well tackled there. A couple of tries against Northampton. He was rampant. Pierre-Antoine back in round 2.
He's looked good by Pula early on, hasn't he?
Certainly has, but it's turned over here. Groom, Malander, Burrell. This new role, isn't it? 13. He's been there a while now. Foden. A little bit about circus act. The jugglers suddenly come to the Gardens. Cocker was in manhandle there as he went through. There was some space there. You could see what Cocker was trying to do. Foden has that ball knocked out of his hand by Jenica. Castres have the line out.
Yeah, please step off. Thank you. Get them on your please.
Well, in our other game on Sky Sports Mix, there has been a try at the sports ground for Connacht. They lead 7-0 over Zebre.
Wait.
90 seconds on the clock. Matt Healy runs away. It's a matter of time before they pick up that bonus point you feel against Zebra at home.
So as it stands, our top 8 Leinster qualified. We know that from last night on the 21 points. Connacht moving up there to 4th. Toulouse dropping out. That isn't all going to change, not only this weekend but next weekend as well. Remember that pool with the Clermont and Bordeaux-Bègles and Exeter last season. Came to the last play, a play that Morgan Parry won't want to watch again.
Laws joins the back of that maul and then just sort of works his way through with his big arms. Just see fight, all absolutely legal, and then there is absolutely no way that ball is going. It's like a giant octopus enveloping the entire Castres maul, doing with it what he wants.
Bind. Set.
Pretty much first choice front row for Castres here. That late change will disrupt Northampton. Paul Hill, an international himself, of course.
Tackle move. All there. Hold.
Lost to La Rochelle away from home last week. Castres. Pomopiao read that really well and then had to put the foot to the metal, didn't he? Dumara went deep that time, and then he finds Vlad Pula, the former Chiefs man. Joe Lamb talked to him a couple of weeks ago. He's been licking his lips waiting for this man to come into the back row. We've already seen with strong ball carrying what he brings to the party. A direct, not replacement, but you have two Alex Toulouse really now in the squad. And it can only be a good thing. Talented rugby players.
Well straightened by Hayward then. Christian Day just pushed him close to the touchline. Hayward had to fight to get back in field, which gave some room for Groom and the box kick.
South Africa puts it high. Well, David Smith, this is where he is very dangerous. Malander marshals him. Obvious scissors inside, wasn't it?
There's 3 or 4 missed tackles in the past 5 or 6 phases that have really hurt Northampton. I know Alan Quinlan was talking about in the studio after round 4, conceded 20 tries. Only Zebra had conceded more in this tournament so far this year. And whilst they've turned that form around domestically, they've got to prove they can do it on the European stage. They got separated here A lot of people will say, oh, Mallander's missed it on the inside, but someone's come back on a cutback. That man drifting there, yes, should have made a better effort. Where is the man on the inside? Harrison slow to get across. Laws have dropped in behind. Stogling. Then you're getting picked off on one-on-one tackles, which is so... This calibre of runners at this level will always get beyond you, by and large beat you in that stage. They've got to find that cohesive line that stays connected on a kick chase.
He scored 4 tries, conceded 20. Those kind of stats. You're not going too far. The elite level of European competition. Here's Rory Cockett. Down at 69% in the top 14. This is his last 3. 75% in Europe. Udi Budgetto has been doing a majority of the kicking, but this should be very simple. For the man kept 11 times by France, and indeed it is, and they claw 3 points back.
I just want to put into context some of the handling that's taken place so far. Some of the balls have been slipping out. It looks like a gloriously sunny day, and you're absolutely spot on. But until about 8 minutes to 1 o'clock, it was absolutely monsoon conditions here. So out there, very damp, relatively firm underfoot, but a greasy ball, hence some of the unforced errors you may have witnessed so far.
It's turned out to be a nice afternoon now. Cockett, half charge down. Foden comes through.
Roll out.
Penalty to Northampton. Group takes this one quickly. Myler. Mallander, they need to play with some pace here on that good run of form. Sale and Bristol victories at home, and Gloucester away as well over the festive period for Northampton. That was off the back of 4 losses in a row, those 2 European back-to-back games against Leinster.
Stay wide, stay.
Laws is in there again. Myler just pops it up for Burrell. Angle straight back towards the forwards for Burrell. Moreau in the end takes him down. There's Laws again up against Alexander Bias. All Northampton in this opening 12 minutes. Really is. Waller.
Hold their fight.
We come into the England loose set equation. Might need. Good game would be handy for him. There's Gibson. Similar approach for Northampton from the first try here, but
David Smith has seen something here. The ball didn't quite come fast enough for him. He swept round from left to right, covered by Waller and Burrell.
Not the same result though, is it? Because Castres have turned that ball over. It's Paddy's who clears the line very nicely indeed for Cass.
Good lackeys up front, fellas, good lackeys.
Johan Meyer with a try who's levelled things up. It's been converted, 7 points apiece. So they've got it dropping down. They were 4th at the top 8 as it stands, now down to 5th.
Super line-out throw from Haywood. Set piece play, trying to isolate the line-out defenders at the back from Cass, but they were alive to it. But another positive impact on the game from Tom Wood.
Great battle of the line out today. So many options for both teams. Mallander tracked really well from the Stennis. Wood knew the man was outside, and that greasy ball coming into play again.
This is good to see from Cass. They sort of conceded that early score. Their record on the road in England is abysmal. But once Northampton have found themselves in that final attacking third, Castres fronted up. Had some good hits. I thought Tamapiao made a really good incursion in the defensive line there as Estelle looked to be in a way. Aguja's having a good scrap with George North. Bias is always in and amongst the heavy, dirty stuff. A really solid player at the age of 35.
The man who's for 2 years battling cancer, great to see him back on the field, playing at a really high level. Alexander Bias there is number 7, signed a new contract as well. And they've got these 2 young back rowers coming through, Anthony Jelonch and Babilo, 2 fabulous players, but they've gone with the experience today, both great line-out forwards as well, as we've already mentioned.
Babilo really can play, but Bias has been a rock for Castres, a really tough warrior, good player. Back on the scrum here, Waller, you're talking about his possible inclusion. Obviously Marler and Vunipola are out, but the first scrum we saw in the halfway line a few minutes ago had Castres dominating it, and again it looked very heavily Castres winning that 6-inch battle. Kieran Brooks pulled out with a back spasm just before the game. He was named to play. Paul Hill came in late, but Waller, Hayward and Hill know that a route back into the game when it is damp can be a dominant scrum, and right now Castres are in control.
It's just so important in the top 14, it really is. It's meat and drink, and really mentioned first choice front row here, and Jacquet would be part of that first choice front 5 as well. Another score though from the sports ground. Connacht against Zebre, Federico Razari, number 8, and it's been converted. Second try for Zebre, and not 12 minutes on the clock. It's a humdinger in Galway.
Has anyone backed Zebra to win today?
Out still from Courtney Lawes.
Clever carry from Gibson there under pressure, just turned his shoulder, made sure.
Hill into that warrior we've been talking about. Bias Group knew their space was there. The best kick into that space there is Palace. There's good chase from George North.
Tell you he's clattering things as well. Moreau, the big number 5, he really is. He's a huge man. He's sort of in the shape of Rodrigo Capo Ortega, who's on the bench today. There's Laws. Great steal. Great line-out threat. His form the past 12 months, excellent in an England jersey, and really putting it in now for Northampton in this tough period for them.
It's been a tough season, isn't it? Started the Premiership season with 3 losses in the first quarter and 3 of the next 4. That's the next 2, but 3 wins in a row. Got a little bit of confidence here. You can see they've started with confidence, playing the Northampton way, bettering that door down. And they have another penalty, and Myler says, well, let's go into the corner. So much go forward from that last driving ball. Let's go again.
It's the sort of rugby that Dorian West loves to see. It's his daughter's 17th birthday today. They're going out for dinner.
Yes, I need more discipline now.
I'm sure his daughter won't want to hear too many driving maul stories, but with a beer inside him, that's all young West will get this evening.
Imagine Dorian West as a father-in-law. Put a foot wrong, would you? Take that line on the board again. It's Harrison. Try score of the England match. Wood is there at the back, driving things forward. Initially, Castres have done well. They've done it illegally, though. Ball is on the near side. No, it's Jacquet who's getting his mitts on it. 4th penalty in a row. And
just spoken to 4 penalties against this player.
Andy Brace had just had a word. They not have heard it, but he literally has just had a word with Roy Cocker and said, it's 3 penalties in this area. Next time I'm going to have to consider more. Jody Jenica is the man who will have 10 minutes out.
Time is off, Clive.
Yeah, the previous line out that went 20-25 yards was dragged down. When that happens, the referee's already twitchy, getting itchy with his trigger finger to go to his card, to go to his pocket and extricate the yellow card and send someone for 10 minutes to the chair. And then again, when Myler goes, they clearly, it's big trade at Northampton, always to go to the corner if the kick isn't under the post. Have a crack at the 7-point gamble. And the illegal and prone Jenica is there for all to see.
Formerly of Iron Up, one of his Iron Up teammates, who will remain nameless, described him as a walking yellow card. His discipline has got better since his move to Castres. Jody Jenica.
Yeah, I take that on board.
The chap who will come on, or well, they might wait for a scrum for it to happen. Probably Bruce Mack, who I think is an excellent player. An excellent player.
Like Jody Jenica around the field. That's
okay. Happy.
But it's a tough choice. And we've got Rallier as well, the third hooker. So very competitive, and that's been Castres over the last season or two, growing the strength and depth of their squad. But selection tells you everything you need to know about Castres today. This is a strong side
for both teams. Absolutely, both teams. Absolutely. There's a chance with Northampton on 4 points and going well domestically. They might have rested a few, but no. Home form for them is key. Winning the support of the crowd is key, and therefore
Hayward. Yeah, seem to be strong here. This group digs again. Lords carries as that man mate already in this game, not even past the 20-minute mark.
Stay there now.
As by magic, the answer appears in my ear. 6 carry, North. From Opiao.
Oh, White
holds him up. A tackle from the outside centre.
Stay free.
Not an easy man that close to the line to stop George North. Myler, Foden. Want this Castres, they really do. They are in the right mindset here, but it's Northampton who majority of territory and possession, and again they're peppering this Castres line.
All about survival. Next 120 seconds for Castres. Try and keep a foothold in this game.
Keep your feet back.
14 against 15, of course. Swirling ahead from Moreau. Crowd have seen it.
And you're not getting Moreau to deck. He is 21, 22 stone. And if you are getting to deck, it's a more, it'll be a turnover. The crowd are complaining. They felt it was a high shot that he slipped up as he made the tackle, but once he had his mitts on that ball,
must keep our feet to the breakdown. Can't just
changed his stance, just shifted his legs a fraction wider. Once he had decided that that was going to become a maul.
Okay. When you
there was only one outcome.
You
fraction disappointing for Northampton there.
Hands on's not good enough, all right?
Another try in Galway.
Okay, time off.
John Cooney, the fly half. What a score that is, and it's been converted. Full 7-pointer for the fly half. 14 points apiece. Of course, Connacht going into that game on 13 points, of course, alongside Was and Toulouse. They meet this weekend. There's Connacht just hanging in.
Connacht will
top 5.
Hopefully get to 18 from an Irish perspective today, and with that they will then stick on their Wasp supporters hat and hope that Wasp do a job on Toulouse and deny Toulouse any points, because Wasp of course have Zebra in round 6.
Bit of cricket score all round 1. Training ground stuff.
Balance as a pack.
Castres start today on 9 points, up to 10 points at the moment. Of course, home to Leinster next week, next Friday evening, to the Pierre Antoine, and they are so strong at home.
Let's go.
Castres, remember, the put Northampton to the sword.
Allow him for a point now, 3, okay?
Not the only ones. 41-7 it was against Northampton. They've got 47 points on Bayonne, 34 points on Toulon. So when they're at home in the mood, they really do turn it on. Of course, points difference is important.
Stay now, White.
Try smack on for Aguja. Of course, needed a hooker.
That's another big scrum from Castres. Another big scrum. And that was always going to be their way out of that bottom left-hand corner. Their own bottom left-hand corner. That's coffin corner. They were stuck in there, tough to get out. Right-footed kicker. And with a left winger on the scrum, still came the penalty.
Great. All started from Moreau, wasn't it? Let's get some early thoughts then from a Castres point of view. Steve Maffey is down there on the touchline with Rupert.
Thanks, Johnny. Steve, for Northampton to have so much possession and territory, you're fairly pleased to be only down by 4 points.
Yeah, well, obviously it's not the start that we wanted, but yeah, obviously we've done well to keep the score to what it is now. So yeah.
You seem to have dealt with a yellow card pretty well as well.
Yeah, it's been about a few minutes, but yeah, we'll see how we go for the rest of the time. So
thanks, Steve.
All right, cheers.
Stellers takes the high ball.
Off feet now, White. Didn't survive the clean out.
These Laws again.
Stay.
Try again. South Africa got his 50th cap in the autumn, wasn't it, for Courtney Laws?
Well read, David Smith. Really well read. Those are sorts of bits and pieces from wingers you don't see. Up in a defensive line. And just drops back when he knows, and he spots Groom kicking.
Tellier wingers last night, not overly happy about going backwards. Law just about held on to, wasn't he, by Robert Everson. Myler into that corner again. Cockett is screaming after him. What a kick that is from Myler. Doesn't roll quite as far as the Northampton fly half wanted it to.
You can see
but
George
still in Northampton territory.
Just playing himself back and forth. He's actually taken a bit of a knock. The physio has found his way back onto the field quickly. This David Smith, up in the line, spots Groom shaping to kick, sits back in the pocket, work off the ball. Those little bits and pieces means he hits his fly half, smashes it long, and the danger is averted. George had 3 or 4 nice little touches so far. That is Northampton season 2016-2017 in a nutshell. Decent set-piece possession, no real pressure, simple set-piece backs move. How the blooming heck has that ended up on the deck? And that's the frustrating factor for the fans here.
Okay, ready, lads?
When you look at the PC brothers, when you look at Foden, you look at Malander, Burrell, North, these players,
Captain.
why aren't they converting? Because they've had plenty of possession throughout the entire season.
I mean, technically that's a penalty. Myler's made the pass, Burrell's knocked it on. It's not only a scrum, it should have been a pen. They're just lacking a bit of confidence. Their fluidity isn't there, their rhythm. They've changed. They've had Hanrahan at 10, they've had Malander at 10, they've settled with Myler. They've been Dixon at 9, they got rid of Focho Ali, who's quite imperious again for Bath last night. Groom's got the 9 jersey.
Tackle Black out now, 7.
So their consistency of selection has been tough.
Captain, move.
Cockett feeds by Pulu. Dumura. It's been swapping and changing with Vegeta. Dumura immediately dropped straight back. Knew what Foden was going to return with a kick. But Castres are one of those teams that need some possession, need to get into their rhythm to score. They're not like a Montpellier. They've got an Andolo and the Guther to excite the crowd and push them over the try line. They need possession. They have multiple phases of possession.
And they'll grow into the game with confidence as long as they stay in the game. They're big men, Moreau and Jacquet. Another super breakdown work from Northampton though. strong pressure.
Try fest. Another sports ground. Another try for Connor. Halloran, the fullback. And that's the full 7 points again for Connor. Different affair here at the Gardens.
You go on the line. Let's go, please. Right off. Keep going. Stay on my AR.
Affair that been played in the same way for majority this opening half an hour. Deep in the Cash territory. Malander on the chest of the referee very quickly. Saw that one live. Laws fights to get to the ground, but Castres fighting even harder. They're not going away here, Cass.
No, damp conditions making it tricky to find any sort of width and crispness, and two big packs. That's what they are, and they're thrashing it out on the gain line. And if you're not there quick to support the breakdown, competitive on that floor level with Wood or Gibson or Bias or Caballero, and it's the sort of game we expected to see. Castres can't win in England. Northampton have only beaten one top 14 side in about 3 or 4 years. On a bit of a downer in terms of European form. Domestic form's lifted a little bit, but the confidence is sort of skin deep rather than bone deep. And Castres just understanding that qualifications for the quarterfinals is not beyond comprehension.
6 of the last 10 in all competitions. Castres kicking themselves after losing to a 14-man Montpellier in round 3, and then Montpellier doing themselves when they lost to Castres the Piero trying a week later. Jacquet.
4 and 5 are huge, and in a game which is difficult to handle because the greasiness and dampness, they will play a big role in the heavy ball that they bowl.
Miguel Lazar with the latest carry, the loose end. Eberson. Caballero. Spreading a flanker out wide. You see Bias on the far side as well. Quite happy to have a ball playing back row out wide. Dumoulin. Palace. Almost through, wasn't he? Jeffrey Palace. Dumoulin. Eberson. Oh, he's got it the ball away, and it's Bias on that wide outside. Just talking about it, but great interplay from Castres. For the referee wants to check for a forward pass.
Ali, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Andy.
Did you get that? I just want to check possible forward pass here back on just after the 22. Is there any reason why I can't award the try, please?
Question, any reason I cannot award the try? Sensational offload from Everson. Smith was involved. Bias
nothing down here now.
scored against Northampton when he was at home.
Andy coming on.
Here we go. That looks fine, absolutely fine. Palm facing back towards Smith. Tackled back then behind the ball, but from where he releases it to where it ends up, that looks absolutely fine. Everson, a couple of incursions into the line. Super offload. Smith spots it, attacks Foden. Foden can't do anything. Gibson tries his best. Good finish. There's absolutely no reason.
She can award the try.
Yeah, perfect. Cheers, all.
Written it down. We are go for the 5 points for Castres. And Castres take the lead when they're down to 14 men.
Northampton will be hugely disappointed with their defensive set there. Castres players are winning the extra yard, getting beyond the tackle, getting in behind, making it very difficult for Northampton to set again. Going high, look there. Palace, they should never have made those 5 or 6 yards. Then they're in and round the corner. Burrell jumps in front, goes high, slides off. Too many one-on-one tackles lost in terms of not just the contact on the gain line, but the ability to stop the ball being shifted.
superbly well against Northampton at home. Beginning to play well here, Rory Cockett. They're beginning to get into their side cast, and that's coming round. Oh, nice CD, just dropping too low from Rory Cockett.
Good finish, Bias. Emerson slides round the corner. Burrell's got to make that hit. Once he doesn't, Estelle has to step in, which leaves Foden absolutely stuffed on the 2-on-1. But it wasn't just Burrell's tackle that was missed there. There were 4 or 5 contacts that weren't dominated by Northampton on their home patch.
It's not right in front of us, didn't it? On this right-hand side for Castres, with Emerson and Caballero joining. And then Emerson worked so hard to get round on the left-hand side. The former South African Sevens man, under 20s captain. Sumptuous offload. Bias did the rest.
Take him back.
Take him back straight out.
Still alive.
And a gift. That territory, and Cockett knows it, doesn't he? Back to Northampton.
And the most likely threat for Northampton is this driving maul, working in and around the fringes, or you hit either Malander or Burrell up off the top.
Open up.
It's a style of play we're going to see. The wingers, I would expect to see the ball from Northampton in and around their 10 or at 3rd or 4th phase. Day, huge man for Northampton in that set piece area.
It's just a line out. Guru, isn't it? The stats. Super up. Wood. Myler calling for it. Wood may not need it there. It's Groom again. Myler has to score. And as soon as Castres score, Northampton reply with a try of their own. Always going to come off the set piece, and Myler had to walk it into the end.
From the set piece, round the corner, where Groom makes a bust, but Malander and Burrell make the run up the midfield, which attracts the attention of the midfield. They don't know who to hit. With that, it opens up for Groom, slides through, 1 phase, 2 phase, round the corner, just manages to cling on to it. Any one of 4 could have scored. That was all about the clinical accuracy of the set piece, and then the threat that Malander and Burrell pose in the midfield from that quick platform ball. Just unaware in the French midfield. Demora, who to take? Emerson, who to take? Which one of them's taking the big guys up the midfield? Neither of those 2 lads touched the ball, but were at the heart of Groom getting in behind, and that man dotting down.
Fabulous run from Groom. He's taking his opportunity, isn't he? Dixon injured. Against Bath. He's been #1 ever since. This man's been #1 fly half here for a while, Stephen Myler. That's one of the reasons why. Great strike from Stephen Myler. Full 7 points, Northampton 14, Castres 8.
Yeah, Emerson have been so good up at the other end of the field. Just ignored the inside. Demora ignored the inside. Worried about that physical threat, and then they are short numbers. Aguja there inside his 15-metre line. The fullback Police waiting for the George North threat, and the gap opens up. And Stephen Myler in his testimonial year to grab an absolute gift.
Vaipulu straight through the middle, and into Wood to Mopiao.
Great counter look, Corney Laws. Tackle, straight through the middle, turnover, Laws. Laws and Wood, again, having cracking games for Northampton.
It's turned straight over again, though. Cockett just puts one of those balls that puts a little bit of doubt in the mind. Myler. And Foden clears it. Yet another score on the sports count. Connor, 4th try for them. Beelum, Philly Beelum, tight head. That's from the driving more. They're scoring in every way, shape and form this afternoon, Connor. The reigning Guinness Pro 12 champions. Still in the hunt, aren't they, Connor? to do with that bonus point victory. Toledo's Harrison goes away. Athletic stuff from Harrison, a kind of run that saw him initially included into the England centre. Great offload from Malander into Gibson, and here come Northampton again, sweeping attack as Myler straightens, caught by Lazar. Corny Laws just held up. Great defence from Castres, really was. Two sets now with a tackle on through. Malander, Aceles has dropped the ball. Thought for everything it was another Northampton score.
That's just the anxiousness of the Northampton backline. Overthrown line out. Harrison, excellent over Cockett. Power, that's what Eddie Jones likes about him. Stop me if you can. Quick recycle. Laws held up round the corner. The backs, the problem is, the backs want it that phase. When that then doesn't happen, look how flat they all get. They were already corny, not your turn that time. And then they're all right on top of each other. Greasy ball, opportunity missed.
Yeah, and their annoyance was verbalised, and if you caught that annoyance, then we do apologise. Yeah, it was one of those Cardinals had to score.
Boys, are we happy here?
Otherwise, he's the villain for a moment. And again, we're back to a scrum in this area, and it'll be the way that Castres get themselves out.
Yeah, the penalty at the scrum has been the way Castres have been able to get out of their defensive zone.
Crouch!
Northampton here will be keen, almost let Castres have the ball and clear, and then take the line out. Northampton's line out on the Castres 22. The only thing Northampton mustn't concede here is a penalty.
Use it! No offence.
Fulu. Good pass to Henderson.
Off feet!
Wood's got a hand in there, and Harrison's gone through and scored it. Thought Castres are going back to their scrum, back to the safety of that set piece. And Tom Wood, who has been in brilliant form in his first half, gets the turnover, and it's Harrison, his England colleague, to finish it off.
Base of the scrum, you felt that the ref so close to blowing up for a penalty for Castres. It doesn't come, and then look who's got the turnover, look who's causing the problem. Wood in there again. How does this ball come loose? Yes, it is indeed, referee, great spot. It's a Castres boot. It's the clumsy boot that clears it at the breakdown, pops into Harrison's hand. So he's benefited from a loose line out and a loose rug. Great try for Tim Marner Harrison. Some big carries, some top meters. Look at that, 4 defenders beaten. And a brace of tries.
2 metres, majority of those, and that one on the right-hand side. Could those two be in tandem for England?
Keep pressing, 2 minutes to deal with, minute.
Wood, 45 caps for England. Harrison, just the 5. This man won. He hasn't missed one all day. Myler wants to add 2 more. And up to 21, Northampton. 3 tries and all for Jim Mallander's men. And yes, we've seen some of the issues that have been dogging them all season. But in terms of going out and winning a game that they don't need to win, they point in and winning, showing some good character for Northampton.
And they're a big crowd in Northampton. No matter what their form, they tend to fill this joint. They tend to love their rugby, and you don't want to lose them. You don't want to lose the mob that is the Northampton crowd. And so the importance of maintaining that confidence of that mob is making sure you win your home games. Qualification may be close to a mathematical possibility, but maintain the confidence that is currently running through the veins. Gibson, great steal.
Again, It's an area of strength that Castres line-out hasn't been in this first half, and it's a half that has been dominated by Northampton. Not only territory, not only possession to the pool that they simply can't get themselves out of. Well, we say that there is the slimmest of slim chances.
Wait.
Lots of other results went their way.
Now 6.
Harrison had such a great first half. Started this half particularly well.
A couple of big lumps being replaced by a couple of big lumps. The massive Moreau has been replaced by the Uruguayan legend that is Rodrigo Capo-Ortega. And Maffei comes into the back row. Tigers fans will remember him. Very lively player, loves the wide 15-metre channels.
Same as the first half now, good angles.
Well, you remember the way that Cash are playing with those back row men.
Crouch!
Wide left, wide right. That's just the kind of area that Steve Maffei will really enjoy.
Wait.
Great ball-playing footballer, isn't he? The Tongan international.
It's whether they can get any ball in any sort of relevant areas of the field. The vast majority of that first half
don't be passive and wait for
was
the ball.
spent in their own third.
Let's go.
They showed how lively they could be when they got some ball, some pills, some territory. They identified some weak joints in the Northampton setup defensively, but all too rare to suggest a very rare Castres victory on English soil.
And Northampton just wouldn't allow them to have the ball. I mean, this is one area they certainly have been very dominant. We were talking at half-time, we say pretty harsh not to get the penalty from that Harrison's second try right to the death of the first half, because the ref was going to go for the penalty, as he has done here.
Games can be defined on such small margins. 21-8 looks really comfortable, but if the referee gives that penalty just before half-time, and on the back of it Harrison doesn't crash over, it's 14-8. That power is huge in that front five that's being generated by Cass. It's marching strong-looking Northampton back on skates, and with it, it's the sort of day where Waller's form's been great. He's wonderful in the loose, his ball carrying, his tackling, but the scrummaging gurus in the England camp, with Marner and Vunipola missing, would probably now sway their thoughts towards Ellis Genge.
He's been outstanding of late, hasn't he?
Matt Mullen, Nathan Catt, again very good against Bristol last night. It seems as though Waller may go down as one of the great Northampton warriors, but perhaps never an English international.
Here's a Saxon of goal. This man who's been capped, played in a World Cup quarter-final. Rory Cockett. Long way out, and therefore he had to give it his all. With that, the direction went.
Barnes will think I'm changing my tune. Both Stu and I are both three-point men. Get the scoreboard ticking, but you sort of feel at 21-8. Northampton have got another try left in them in this game, 26, 28 points. Castres have scored 20-odd points in this second half. And the power of their pass, that was the sort of penalty you just expected them to go to the corner. Try and just camp out for a little bit in Northampton territory.
Just actually get some possession. We saw they did get the possession. Nice try that BS scored. Pocket has a little dart down the short side, I guess. Spins around Hayward and Hill in the end. Northampton so dominant in terms of possession and territory in that first 40 cast.
Out now.
Know the job at hand. Have to win today. Simply have to win today.
What's up, Captain?
Everson is coming in. Some odd powers as well, as Jenica just splinters off. Everson takes it because Dumrau was on a pass around the back for David Smith. Gets into that 22 now. Guja Argentinian international. There's Steve Maffey with a big fend. Northampton looking to turn that ball over again. Dumourat. Udibajeta sat on the bench, of course. Emerson to get her hands around the tackle, and they were there. Palace takes it into Burrell.
Good hit by Burrell, that real stopper.
Oh no, Captain, release!
Jenica. Again, they're building up the phases there. Maffey. Lucky. Offload, wasn't it? Aguja! Onesio Aguja! Good tackle in the end.
I think now, Captain.
Estelle.
Estelle.
Leave it black! Release!
Capo Ortega. Mr. Castres Olympique.
Athlete! Hold.
In the afternoon sun here at Franklin's Gardens. Castres, the team on the attack here, meters short of the Northampton line. Looking to start this second half brightly.
Smith wants it out wide on the left.
No surprise there. Ortega.
No.
Maffey's in the way though. Dumourat. Quiet for now. Oh, he has it now though. Tomotiao. Stopped by Malander. Now it comes to Smith. Dumourat. Caught in laws with a tackle. It's a good one as well. Held up the amount, allowed other defenders to get round the Castres fly half. Jody Jenica now.
Tackle black.
Player bought the hooker. Good around the field, good in the loose play. Good patience here from Castres, it really is. Dumourat again, Everson, that short angle. Runs it so well.
Right up.
Again on that right-hand side, Palace. Slightly alone, though, David. Smith has to come in to help him out. Bias.
Off feet.
Again, Cass. Showing the patience. Everson again. Heavily involved. What a hit. Textbook stuff from the forgotten England man. Maffey against Laws. Not for the faint-hearted, that challenge. Wood has come through. Nazar just about gets it. Makes some good ground, the loose end. That's the team. 6 in the top 14. Still one of those play-up spots. Lazar, 26th phase. Dumourat, Tomotiao, Northampton player down on our left-hand side. He's 14 against 15 as Castres to 28th phase. Dumourat, is this the opportunity? It is! Like Myler at the end of the first half, ghosting through the gap. This time it's Dumourat for Castres.
And as he scores, Aguja walks back to check that Esteles is okay, and that's the wing where the try was scored. Strong defence in around the fringes, good discipline by Northampton. Cast pro, thought Smith could have had the ball 3 or 4 phases earlier, then the big hit from Burrell. You felt the thread had gone away, but Esteles' knock, his injury, meant a late shift of play from Dumourat. This is the first break by Aguja, got right in behind Esteles. That was a super tackle. Wonder if he hurt himself there, got the nick on his eye. And this is Dumourat spotting the mismatch. Foden stayed out wide, there was a man on the wing, he comes back on the inside, and it's a foot race. Laws is always going to lose that foot race.
Let's put them right back in the game. As Christian Day comes off, James Craig comes on for him. Taking off their line out, Norse. Steller's holding a bandage over his left eye. Cockett far more in his range, and he just sneaks it inside that left-hand upright. The full 7 for Cass, and they're right back in this game.
They really are, and the scrum comes into play. That's some easy territory for them, and it will just challenge what you suspect might be slightly brittle confidence from Northampton. There is definitely confidence there with their recent run of victories, but rocked back currently, and casts a little bit of momentum.
AC Tuala on the first fairness. Remember that response in that first half to the BS try. That scoring straight away through Myler. We do the same here. Here's Tuala, Samoan international. Carew. Here's Craig. Just come on the field. He's come through the academy here. Myler knew it was going up. Tuala did too. Palace, great take from him. Gibson tries to get the fullback out of play, doesn't he? Palace has done really well there. Not only to stay in field, but get that ball back. Capo Ortega was needed to make a few hard yards for Cass. He would be right at the top of your list. Crockett's got good distance in that one as BS chases. Lucky just to catch the shoulder. Tuala. Straight red card last night for Prince Stayed, wasn't it? Wait. From read it well. So it is 22. Clears. And we will have an update from Connacht then. Connacht Zebre game. Halloran, he's second now. Bonus point well and truly secured, and the fullback racing away. Another lovely score from him, isn't it? Over the 50-point mark, the bonus point well and truly secured now, of course. He will come down to points difference, so Connacht aware of that and racking up the points. So as it stands, as we suspected probably, Connacht 18 points. Toulouse on 13 points. Toulouse 3:15 today, the other game in that pool too.
Good little microcosm. Northampton's season, great line-out threat. They had in there Gibson, they had Wood, all sorts of Craig on there. He's a threat, and it goes wide, and the ball just ends up on the deck twice. With no threat. Twice the ball has ended up on the deck.
Leave it now. He's underneath, he's not getting out of there.
Their own worst enemy at the moment, Northampton. In the two consecutive phases, balls just go to deck without any real contact. There we go. I mean, that just can't happen if you're going to build a successful top-end championship winning season. And then Craig wanted Myler to go on the run around, and I think Myler suspected he wanted Craig to give him a good hit up and a hard carry. The confusion happens, and with it we have a scrum 25 yards, 30 yards out under the sticks. Ortega and boys will say we push, and the easy option here is we nick 3 with a penalty and get back within 3 and make this stadium very jittery.
James Craig on for Christian Day. His head injury assessment. Christian Day, hopefully see him back on the field, but you already mentioned, well, it's a brittle confidence you feel here at the Gardens, on the field and off the field. Such loyal fans, of course. But it hasn't been a great start to the season. A woeful European campaign. Sacking of Alex King, of course. The attack issues still continue, and they get a penalty, as you say here. Cocker not looking to take it quickly, is he? Every time there's a scrum, you think the end result is going to be a Cass penalty.
And if Cass had their man Jenica sent to the bin for 2 infringements, You might say there were 3 infringements. That is now the 4th scrum pen that Northampton have conceded, and I'm pretty sure, I may have missed it, has the ref had any word at all with Northampton about this is a final warning? But 4 penalties conceded and not a warning, so Northampton on thin ice here, lucky to have a full complement of 15 and about to find Castres 3 points behind him.
The noise, the energy here at Franklin's Gardens just dripping away. As Cockett lines up his latest attempt. It's right in front. Shouldn't be an issue, and is not. Just that one miss. The penalty for Rory Cockett. Didn't miss a conversion, of course, from out wide, but that right in front of the sticks. And now we have a 3-point game.
And Jim Malander and Dorian West will not be hiding away from the importance of the next score. Talk about the energy dripping away from the crowd. It just you feel as though the energy's dripped away from Northampton. That kick chase, average of 1-man kick chase. Why is Haywood making the tackle? Where's the speed? Where are the back rowers? Where are the wingers applying that pressure?
Onside.
And we know just what an important part the mental aspect of the game plays. You know, Castres need this more than Northampton. Yes, it would be nice if Northampton carried on 4 wins in a row, etc., etc. But Castres need this to stay in this competition.
Yep, absolutely. They find themselves in the low teens, low 12, 13 points will it be if they win this one. And we're looking 13. At the table, 13. You're thinking 17, 18 historically gives you a great chance. So they're fully aware that if they can turn this narrow deficit into a victory, leapfrog and get up to 13 points, a home win against Leinster next week, 17 might be good enough and it's on its own. They might then know that a 5-4 try, 18 gives them a real chance. 18 tends to have been good enough.
Yeah, Castres next Friday, and lets them know they've already qualified. What team will they send down there? Of course, that home quarter-final will be on the minds as Cockett goes down that short side. Here he is again. He's becoming more involved in this game. There's a bit of impetus as well to come off that bench. Northampton lying all over that one. It's Courtney Laws again.
No, Laws is on the top. I think it's the man on the deck that he's going to talk to. I think it might be Hill.
Yeah, captain.
Paul Hill getting up last. He was the one that couldn't get away. He might be the first warning.
In the first half. We need more discipline when we get here, okay? All right, that's 3 penalties now. Tidy up.
Tidy up, says the referee. 3 penalties in this area. Cockett. But he won't mind, will he? He'll take another 3 points. Eagle eyes, Mr. Greenwood. It is Paul Hill. Right to the bottom of that melee.
Players aren't daft, are they? Hill was doing his best to get out of there, and there were 3 Castres men. There was a knee applied, a foot applied, a shirt hold applied. Savvy men from the south of France. This goes over. The favourites to win this game as it stands most definitely becomes Castres.
Certainly does. Can't see him missing from there. Rory Cockett. Don't need Udo Bajetta, who's on the bench, and there's some fresh legs about to come on for Castres as well. Front rowers. And good scrummages as well. Danny Kotzi, Twentiche, Bryce Mack as well. Won't lose anything in the scrum. And possibly Dupont, the electric scrum half, a little cameo at the end. Ebbs and flows of this game.
On the ball,
Bias takes Foden. Northampton manager on the touchline of the crowd, not happy about it. It was on the ball. Referee said it straight away. Been very clear with that instruction today as Tom Wood goes on, trying to wrestle this game back from Castres. He certainly grabbed it by the scruff of the neck since half-time. That's Courtney Laws who's going back with his 12th carry. England's second row. Myler. Hayward into Jacquet. Want to concede now 21 points apiece. George North hardly seen him in this second half. Groom to Hill. Harrison.
Another who's been quiet in the second half.
Burrell. Just defensively easy for Emerson, wasn't it? Myler. Through Harrison. Wood in the end did well to react. Myler. Bias, huge hit on Myler again. Best told to leave it now. Don't want to give a penalty away here. Do concede plenty of penalties, most in the top 14. Or near the top, certainly most in this Champions Cup, 14 a game, Cast. Out 7!
Sniffing now, Castres, aren't they? And with it, upping their level of physicality.
Myler, drop goal. Any 3 points will do. It comes off the post for David Smith, who's not known for his kicking, and that's why. Tuala goes straight. Is that high knee into David Smith, or just part of a running style? I'd like to see that one again. Jamie Gibson. David Smith is fine anyway. Now the crowd just finding a voice or two. North goes round. Courtney Laws, but he's given the ball away to Aguja. Cocker, huge boot from him. Just says to Ben Foden, go back. We want to play rugby in your half. And this dominance from Castres continues as the cavalry arrive.
Big defensive effort from Castres. A couple of half nibbles.
1, 2 and 3.
Luther Burrell had a little sniff, George North, but it held. Big men understanding the importance for the next 15-20 minutes from a Castres perspective. The drop goal strikes the post. This is Bias. Everyone flat on Myler. No option to throw it in behind. That's just poor setup, poor comms. Goes for the only option he has left. Strikes the post, no kick chase. In fact, the Northampton kick chase are all offside. Wood, because they were in the ruck in front of Myler, so they can't charge down. And it's a poor kick from Smith. And Northampton recycle and struggle to find any sort of rhythm. Huge 10-15 minutes now for Northampton.
Where was Ian Hunter when you needed a ricochet off the post?
About a yard and a half from me, here, doing the commentary for the radio.
There he is. You can see Castres, the confidence oozing through the Cotsy. Former Clermont man. He's gone on as a prop. There's a Sitchet. Right smack in the middle of those two. Whole new front row for Castres. It's Northampton. Wrestling an issue back from Castres North. With the offload, it's gone forward though.
I think the Northampton disquiet comes from the fact that they felt the tackle came in early on Dixon. North goes to the offload. Much safer offload than his pass previously to Aguja. But he gets a little bit of space at the left-hand side, and where's the tackle coming on? No, looks pretty fair to me. Bruce Mack hits him as the ball makes contact. Just a spill of the ball. We might have a different angle here to see when contact takes place on Dixon. No, he handled it, touched it, dropped it before Mack got hold of him.
The multi-out coming off. That's the first choice centre pairing for Castres. Thomas Compizu lines up alongside Robert Everson.
Always been a fan of Compizu. Always been a fan. Bit of a sort of Lamara style player.
Use it! Captain, use it!
Music to the ears of Northampton's scrum when the ref tells him to use it.
Relief. New front row just settling into the game, not quite as dominant as the last one.
Stay on side, White.
The Cats are harder team. Like a South front say that can strike from deep like a Montpellier. We don't have those kind of players.
Lost it.
You have to build and build their attack. To go from closest range, Myler. He's meant for Malander. Everson is quick on his feet, isn't he? Quick in mind as well.
Nine, use it.
Malander said at the beginning of this game, didn't he? That pride in front of home fans in a European tie.
Good option from Burrell there.
Good option to lose here at the Gardens. Twice since mid-September. Myler, Malander wide of this time. Foden just needed to give it and did so. Gibson cuts back inside. Straight off their feet at the right Northampton as well, and knocks it on. And yet again, Northampton's issues are there for all to see. Just poor execution right at the end of it. Table as it stands. You know Leicester are qualified. For them it's about a home quarter-final. They qualified last night with that big win over Montpellier. Now Cash up to 11 points.
Happy lads.
Alongside Montpellier. The fixtures next week, of course. Cass hosting Leicester on Friday night.
That one there.
Northampton away at the Outro.
Just feel with Northampton at the moment, their fluency is just lacking, their accuracy. A part of it for me is I find they're a real stop-start team. Real power, impact, then stop-start again. I've always been a huge believer that rugby's a fast, slow game. Constant movement, constant flow, constant rhythm. It's not a power clean. It's much more of a river. It's just different currents at different times.
Set. Wait. Use it,
Rugby described as a river before, but I totally understand where you're coming from.
Off it.
Just to see when they make those mistakes, the kind of mistakes that they've been making, not only in Europe but in the Premiership as well.
Fines on side.
They're so much more comfortable with the power game and the massive set piece and the platform. The wide game is just at the moment something that evades them.
As you say, that Foden's going right through the middle. Put it on his left-hand side to nobody.
Off feedback.
Thank goodness Jim Malander chooses to have his hairstyle the way he does. He won't have any hair left. Straight, there's so much endeavour for this Northampton side. There really is. Penalty coming to Northampton. Dixon. Myler goes crossfield. He knows it's a shot to nothing. Gumrat takes the mark and will go back for the penalty to wrestle this game back away from Cash.
Rolling back the years, Benny F. Benny Foden having a dig.
Just where 3 is standing.
Looking, giving. Oh, just can't quite find Gibson. Poor clearance kick from Castres. They have another go, so George North comes piling back. Super carry. Now Northampton's style here, especially when Hartley's on the field, there's no consideration. It's always go to the corner. Back their driving line up. And again, staying true to it.
Crowd like the decision as well, don't they? Great from Ben Foden, made his 200 Northampton appearance against Worcester. Making his debut against Worcester back in 2008. Been a great servant. Great surge down the middle of the park from Ben Foden, setting up this opportunity for Mikey Hayward and Tom Wood. As Dupont and Udipijeta come onto the field, new half-backs for Castres.
So many men that Hayward can pick out here. Gibson, Craig, Wood, Lord, all stacked in that middle. Harrison at scrum half and a couple of props bookending it.
Need to win it first though. Ball got to death. It's scrappy as this performance has been from Northampton. Wood is over! Wood is over! And the Guardians react like they've just won the cup. So much pride in this competition for the former winners. So much pride here at home. And you can see just what a fine edge this game has been on in this second half.
Classic Northampton try. Didn't start with its usual panache in terms of line. Overthrown, great pickup from the younger Waller. Off his toes, then round the corner, and then just the power. Dugs in from behind. That's Craig dragging him over. Yeah, on the line, you can see the whitewash, no question about that. Ref's in exactly the right position. Hayward piles him over. If you were to paint a picture of the perfect Northampton try this season, that's it. 3 or 4 yards out, 5 or 6 man driving effort, low to the ground. 28-21, snatched the lead and the momentum back.
Well, you can tell he touched the whitewash, look, all over his face. Full 7 points, Myler added the 2. Alex, Udipijeta out. What have Castres got? You talk about confidence being low, only 1 win in the last 10 away games in Europe in the top 14. Did draw against Bayonne, first away game of the season. Away win at Lyon. Udipijeta, because he doesn't really play rugby down here. It's caught by Craig. It's a permanent substitution now. Today, Ortega.
He's been good in that region, Ortega, hasn't he? When he needed a man, just get it away from the ruck, get 2 or 3 yards. Ortega's been the man.
Stick to what you're good at. There's Dupont, who is absolutely lightning quick. He really is. He's off to Toulouse next season.
Use it!
Scored a super try against Northampton down in Castres.
Ball. 8.
3-year deal. He's 20-year-old.
No.
He's full 4 as it stands. I mean, there really is no other option. 9.5 minutes for Castres to win this game. It's as simple as that. They're 7 points away at the moment, but they need the ball as Malander chips ahead, and he's winning the foot race here alongside North. Aguja, good football style, just gets that ball away.
Yeah, he wasn't wanting to pick that up, Aguja. He was sort of wanting to slide in, centre half, Argentinian background. Got Diego Simeone. Get in there, bit of niggle, get rid of it. But of course, invites Northampton back into their favourite area, the driving wall. Kombazu well hit by Malander. Burrell picks it up. Good offload initially to Laws. Laws gets hit. Good offload. Malander sees the space in behind. Police took a knock a little while ago. He's actually getting some treatment on his own line in this bottom right-hand corner. So there was no one tucked in behind. You can see Police just struggling. And there it is, the flight hand clear.
Win that line out again, though. And it's Aguja again using the boot in a different way. But still Northampton with that line. Remember, they had that penalty earlier on, didn't they, for the Tom Wood try. They chose to go to the corner. They are more than happy in this area.
Let's go, Northampton. Captain.
Myler's already had one pop at a drop goal before. If it gets static in front of the sticks, they'll be very aware of the fact that 7 points, 7 becomes 10 with the drop goal. That sort of takes that game away from Castres. Then Northampton would have the bonus point of victory. That's all they can do today. Just get their job done.
They've still got a point in the bag, haven't they, Castres, at the moment? And just remember, 41-7. Castres put Northampton to the sword at the Pierre Antoine early in the season. That must be in the back of the mind somewhere. As Castres hold on, get the put into the scrum.
Yeah, they just got under Laws there, didn't they? Just held him up, and they are big men, Castres. They really are. Get that maul turnover.
Probably the game of the round, isn't it? Glasgow against Munster up at Scotstoun today, 5 o'clock, Sky Sports 2 for you.
Okay.
How will Stander get on against Wilson in the back row? Battle Zebra, Donica Ryan against Johnny Gray. Zebo, Hogg, Russell, Tyler Blayendal, Conor Murray, Ali Price. There are battles all across the field. Really enjoying some individual performances this season from Dunbar and Seymour at 12 and 14 for Glasgow. Munster have just been driven by another force, and yet it's not just emotion, it's not just passion. There is some real accuracy and some real bite to their attacking threat behind the scrum that they've been searching for a long time. A lot of that has been Blayendal having an injury-free run at fly half.
Similar position that led to last season, weren't they, Munster? A few years, didn't qualify for the knockouts. It's just unheard of in that part of Ireland. The double European champions, and they're back on their mettle, aren't they?
You feel they've got 2 chances, well, don't you, Munster? On 16 points already. Tonight gets them either winning or runner-up and out of the group in reality. But if they don't, they're Racing at home in round 6, and Racing pointless after 4 games. Will probably not send their strongest team to Thomond Park.
You reckon? Good scrum for Northampton. Dupont waits. Wants that penalty, doesn't he, as Maffei pulls it away. Pallis trying to get outside Burrell. Burrell did well, but they haven't held the fullback. And then it's Aguja, and now it's Smith. David Smith puts it inside to Dupont. Gives the ball to Unapagetta. David Smith. Oh, it's brilliant, is it? Oh, it just breaks down with the final pass from Compizu. What a breakout from Cass.
Oh dear, it's one of Luther Burrell's traits. He wants to go for the big hit, and he tries to get the big hit on the fullback. Police deep, doesn't need to there. Look at the score, look at the time. I know it's all about the offensive press, but when do you press? When do you allow them to have 3 or 4 yards? Then it's class from Dupont. Have to score. Oh, just the fingernail knock on from Compizu. The scramble, who's back there? Wood. Gibson.
Come on.
The graft and the work rate. That. And Harrison, the 3rd member, that back row is in over the ball. Castres, will they get a better chance?
Yeah, was that the opportunity as Hayward and Harrison go off?
It's just a really poor error of judgment from Burrell, combined with a bad missed tackle. He's compounded his error of judgment, got caught narrow. And then he's chasing the hit. Then he just needs to buy himself time. He's 90 metres from his touchline.
Look at that scrum from Cass. Now here's a decision to be made, isn't it? Dupont, probably not. As Capo Ortega says to the little scrum half, calm yourself down. Capo Ortega's called for another scrum.
Yeah, absolutely right call. I know that the referee, Andy Brace, has asked Tom Wood already. There has been a warning, but I don't think it's been in relation to the scrum. So at the moment, Northampton probably got 1 more scrum penalty before there's a yellow card. But if there are 2 consecutive scrum penalties now, Northampton could find themselves down to 14 men very, very quickly indeed.
And Charlie Clare, the man in the middle of that front row for Northampton, out. Ben Nutley on for Harrison. It's in the middle. Northampton have done well. It's bounced back, is it, for Northampton? Now that decision doesn't seem too good, does it? As Nutley.
What a score.
One against the head. Great heart from Northampton. Under pressure. Under serious pressure.
I'm saying there was a touch and Northampton got the line out. What an impressive effort. Ball pops out. Gibson's quick to say, no, we'll still have that. Nutley does really well. What I can't understand is that I didn't see a connection with a Castres player, which gives Northampton the line out. It looked like he cleared him by 2 or 3 yards. Oh, no.
10-9.
Didn't get anywhere near him, did it? Anyway, ref's a lot closer than me.
Cavallero. Yes, Cavallero. The charger down. Henry Grace's. It's been on top of the action today, isn't he? The Wood trying to pick up brilliant in position. This game is breaking up a little bit now. It's becoming a little bit loose. It's playing into the hands of people like David Smith
And Dupont.
Absolutely. Seen his electrifying pace just yet.
Keep your feet.
2.5 minutes left on the clock. 7-point game. Castres could get something here. Back at home next week. Aguja into Wood and Gibson. He's done well to get the ball to ground though. Maffei has left it, and Malander says thank you very much, and then Myler, and then Burrell. Is it going to bounce up for all? No, it's not.
And as Castres chase it, which they have to, the errors will come.
Just wait, stop.
Came off a black foot.
And then from the turnover, that kick into that bottom corner has worked really well for Northampton today. Whether it's been Malander or Myler on this occasion, Burrell, there's an element, there's a penalty there. I'm not sure George ever got his hands anywhere near it or played it.
Time off.
And police tackled him.
Right back, captain. Time off.
78 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. You're in your own bottom right-hand corner, 28-21. And in reality, you need to win a game to get out the group. It looks a little bleak for Castres.
Give it to Compazoo and tempt Burrell for the big hit again.
The problem is, if you tempt him and he gets it right, blooming hurts.
Yeah, it was good from Burrell, wasn't it? Putting boot to ball, just putting it deep in the corner. That really is the only option from Dupont. They will have one last crack, won't they, to get this ball off Northamptoners.
Yeah, I think so.
Beasley comes on the field, the former Wharfdale man.
Go on, the Wharfdale.
Champions Cup debut, Joel Abt looks on. Possibly a case of what might have been where they had a better opportunity than a break down the left-hand side with Smith and Udapijeta linking with Dupont. Little knock-on from Compazoo.
Another of those years where the sides like Montpellier and Castres always in and around the top end of the top 14. Just another year where they can't quite take the temperature of what's required to get out of a European group.
Only ever done it once before.
Right out! One stop, no!
Dixon with Wood. Maybe this afternoon, isn't he? Tom Wood, he's been asked to go away and work on his game. Distinctly average, wasn't it, the words of Eddie Jones? He's certainly not been average this afternoon here at Franklin's Gardens against Castres, in a game that really meant nothing to Northampton apart from pride, apart from keeping momentum going. But they have a proud European history. They're a proud European history here at Franklin's Gardens, and that is what has got them over the whitewash this afternoon.
Big turnaround for Northampton last 4 weeks, back in it domestically, pride in Europe, and that man has led the charge over the last 28 days. Tom Wood, for me, a try scorer, a leader, a battler, a warrior, a big man for England in the Six Nations, I'm sure, and he is today's Heineken man of the match.
A great performance from Tom Wood, and that final score at the end, 28 points to 21. Castres, well, they do go away with a bonus point, that losing bonus point, don't they? They host Leinster next week. If Leinster aren't in a right frame of mind, you're quite sure what will happen. But Castres are a different side at home, but they came here. Castres, you have to give them credit. Great fight back in the second half, and at times we thought they may well do it. And in the end, Northampton showing just some little streaks, aren't they, of recovery as we go into the spring. That is now 4 in a row for Jim Allender's men. And they are Castres on 10 points. Northampton, their European season mathematically not over, but it was always done and dusted before we came into this game. It was about carrying on the momentum that they gathered over the Christmas period with the 3 wins over Sale, Gloucester and Bristol. And it is they who come out victors today and show real heart and effort here at Franklin's Gardens, and we can now hear from their captain Tom Wood, who's down there with
incentive and, you know, try and make it hard work for the selectors.
Well played, Tom. You are the Heineken man of the match. Nigel Pollard is here from Heineken to present you with your award. What up?
Appreciate it, cheers.